Hi everyone, welcome to the Unsigned podcast. We are joined by Dayzies.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
How you doing? All right.
Not bad, mate.
Oh, good.
How was your trip in London today?
It's been eventful.
Been event. How so?
It actually has been. So we're seeing. Right. Sorry.
Already.
I'm just gonna hold it here.
You
right?
can do
and
that.
then I'm just gonna do that.
Sounds a lot louder.
That is actually a lot better.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So.
He's convinced he's seen the king.
Yeah. Right. So
What do
we
you
were
mean?
in Camden, and then do you know like those fucking Land Rovers?
Yeah.
Range Rovers,
The
like
Range
that,
Rovers, yeah.
bulletproof.
Yeah.
So we see one of those, and there was like loads of police motorbikes and stuff. So to me,
That sounds like it could be someone.
it's someone very, very important.
Yeah.
That's a typical
Royal.
someone not from around here that's
Yeah.
come to London
Yeah.
and gone, must be the king. That's all that is.
Dude, have you ever, well, you kind of live around here, but we don't, so you never see stuff like that in Newcastle.
We never see no, there's
Like,
just nothing going on. It's just pigeons.
Pigeons and Greggs.
Literally. No there.
Yeah, loads of pasty crumbs kicking about and that. But yeah, no, we're seeing potentially the king or the prime minister who may not last very long.
No,
Let's not get into politics.
Nah,
though,
let's
eh?
not. Let's not.
So yeah, we've seen that. We got delayed on the train.
There he is.
What else, Mark? What else did we do?
Went to Camden.
Went to Camden. Walked to Camden.
Walked to Camden.
Yeah, had a skitty walk there and an
Yeah.
alright walk back.
Yeah.
Why was it skitty?
Because
The
Didn't know
kids,
where you're
the
going.
kids from around here scare me. Like,
Oh, really?
It's,
Yeah,
like,
there
it's
was-
like Oliver Twist, honestly. It's like they're just kicking around this thing gangs, and I'm just like, ooh, like no chance. Like just
hell.
walking
but it's
the
actually
dog.
alright. It's not that bad. It's fine. Like,
It's not too bad. Now
I
I've been
felt
here for a
alright
couple
walking
hours. We're
back.
good. Like,
Yeah, no, it's fine. I
Wait
think-
till you get home and tell your friends where you've been and what you've been up to.
Yeah.
They're never going to believe you.
some Daisy magic.
For the audio listeners, Liam is doing magic. Could you introduce yourselves to the Unsigned listeners and who's in the band and what everyone does?
So I'm Liam from the band Dayzies, obviously spelled Dayzies for the people who are listening by audio. I sing and I play guitar.
Yep.
Mark,
I play guitar, lead guitar.
lead guitar, best guitarist in the Northeast. And then we've got Josh Mitchell on drums.
Right.
Also one of the best drummers in the Northeast.
He's not a green dragon, by the way. He's not a Nintendo character.
And then Frankie Murray, the bassist. We call him Frankie Big Strings.
Right, fair enough.
You know,
He plays the big
Do you want to
strings.
now be called Robbie Big Strings?
Not as
No.
No.
So yeah, so that's Dayzies.
How long have you guys been going?
I came up with the idea in 2017 for Dayzies.
Right,
I used to
okay.
be in a band called Palm Beach,
Mhm.
and then COVID hit
Right.
and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
kind of just got bored, and I was like, right, I kind of want to.
I won't tell you off then.
All right, I just thought you were giving us those eyeballs
no,
there,
I was
like.
looking at you.
So yeah, I came up with I thought I'm just gonna go for it and do
Yeah.
Daisy stuff like, and that was April 21.
Right, okay.
Me and Frankie, the bass player, got together, started jamming. You ever heard of Join My Band?
No, I haven't heard
Right,
of that.
so if you go
Is it
online,
like plenty of fish for musicians?
yes,
Yeah, pretty
exactly
much. Like a
what it is. And
Tinder.
you meet some catfishes,
Right.
you meet some creeps.
Yeah.
That's how we
Yeah,
met.
that's how we got it.
But no, like that's kind of how it started. So it was
Right.
like the first part of Daisy. So the first guitarist and drummer were found on Join My Band.
Right.
But now we've had a guitarist who left last October,
Mhm.
and then that's when Mark joined.
Yeah. And I do a gig in like
That was November.
6-7 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, we had
that's
Thrown in the
quite-
deep end.
I had a
it's
gig
like-
with Andrew
yeah.
Cushion.
Nice.
It was just in a social club in Gosforth in Newcastle.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I was skitting because we just played Think Tank in Newcastle, and then the guitarist left the day after. So I was like, oh shit, like what the
happened
fuck
there
we're
then?
gonna
Did you
do?
just go elsewhere,
I've not heard from him since.
Oh, wow.
He's a lovely lad, like John Lazari, really
How
good
was the gig?
guitarist.
That's my.
Yeah, how was the gig?
It was actually really good. It was
The
Mark's
videos I've
first gig.
seen-
Mark's first gig with Dayzies.
That was the one
Um,
after like you played with John, obviously.
Yeah. But I mean, that was only our second ever gig.
Right.
Well, we played like a house party the first gig that we played. We played about 4 songs.
Cool.
And then we played in North Shields at Three Tanners Bank. Big up Three Tanners Bank. And then after that was like the Think Tank gig, and then So yeah, it was like the second big gig. 300 people there.
Blimey.
Proper, and like obviously it was Mark's first gig with
Yeah,
us. So you had like 2 weeks to like learn the full set.
Full thing, and then like I
9 songs.
hadn't done a gig in about 3-4 years, so I was walking up just like shaking like a shit dog, just like, oh my fucking god.
He must have chonged
Walking
about
around.
20 tabs
Oh,
before
I did.
he went
I
on
was
stage
smoking
as
like,
well. Like,
honestly, like I was an Emmerdale or something. Like that. Just keen, and I was
Going
honestly,
like Doc Cotton, weren't
I
you?
was freaking out. Like it was a good gig though.
it was canny.
Yeah,
Do you still get
How did
nervous
some-
now?
Sorry.
Do you still get nervous now?
No,
when it
no,
comes
that's what I was saying to him before when we're coming. Yeah, he's like, we're getting
I
ready up, and I
do,
was
you
just
know.
like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no.
sorry, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes I'm alright, but I don't know. It's like certain gigs. Sometimes I just be like, oh fuck, like why do I
There's
feel
certain
like it's
gigs,
my first
like,
ever gig
yeah.
again?
Mm.
Like,
Sometimes when we go on stage and the room started to fill up, and like sometimes our gigs are like, it's not going to be busy, and then we get set up,
And-
and then
yeah,
I
and
plug
it's
my
like-
guitar and I turn around, there's like 200 people. I'm like, oh shit.
I mean, they're
Stop
great
playing.
numbers, by the way. Like, great numbers to have that amount of people at gigs. And
Yeah,
that. So
yeah,
who's,
yeah.
Like, who's arranging those?
We're not like headlining this.
We're not headlining, no. I mean,
support acts
we've
been
yeah,
doing
even
it. It's-
still.
grabbed some
it's
really good
some
support,
good gigs,
support
like, yeah,
slots. Well, from Day Dot. Really.
Andrew's helped out a lot.
Andrew's
pushing,
been
like,
Andrew's
really,
been
really
a
good for
massive,
like.
his manager Lee. He's helped out massively over the past few months.
Mm.
No, I tell you, we've had quite a lot of good support since
Yeah.
we've started, and even like starting from home, like my mum and dad, obviously biggest fans and stuff
Nah,
like
yeah.
that. They're at almost every gig and what have you. So like, it all starts from home. Like you get that confidence from home.
Yeah, of course.
Your friendship groups gets around you, and you know, like it just kind of evolves from there, doesn't it? Like, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So yeah, I think at the moment, like hometown wise, we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
How far are you ventured out from home?
We played Hull. We played
Right.
the Adelphi in Hull.
Mhm.
So that's, and then we're actually playing Hull again in December, 21st of December,
Like,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Once again with Andrew Cush.
Oh, sweet.
Main support for that one. So, and that's at the Polar Bear. So anybody that is from Hull, anybody that's listening audio, 21st of December. I'm pretty sure I'll have to double check
it's
that.
like
but
the
if you
week
go on
before
Dayzies
Christmas,
Instagram,
yeah.
it'll all be on there. But yeah, like to be fair, like from the start, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to your original question, Matt, we've been going since April 21.
That's what we like. That's what whole podcasting's about.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Just go around. It's
Tangents.
fine. That's great.
Yeah.
Where did the name Dayzies come from?
Well, can we talk about this sort of stuff on the radio?
What?
You've never told me.
Right.
That's
Okay.
it. I
So
joined when it was already
in 2017, I was sat in my studio in my house,
Yeah.
sitting writing songs, having a smoke. Can I say what it was?
You can if you want.
It was
Yeah.
cannabis. No, it wasn't that. So yeah, I was just having a smoke, and I was like, you know, like sitting playing on me guitar that you'll see very soon. I don't know, like I felt like Daisy.
Right. I see.
So like, you know, like when you're in a daze,
Mhm.
so it's like Daze. But then how do you spell Daisy? Like how do you like when you're in a daze? Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel really daisy, like, but so I don't know. Just kind of came from there. It doesn't really mean anything. It's got no real meaning. It's just how I
Right.
felt in that.
But it
moment.
works.
It does work. Yeah.
But when I
Yeah.
started this project in like after the lockdown, like we didn't have a name, and
Right.
it wasn't like I kind of went right. I'm going to start this project Dayzies. That I thought about. I was like, could just go with that name that I thought about like a few
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago. So
Works.
aye.
Does
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Have you guys found gig? I mean, you haven't released loads of music, have you?
No.
So how
Well,
have you
it's-
found, or is it all like waiting to be
Yeah.
recorded
So
and stuff, or?
We've got two songs done.
We've
like,
had this year has been chaotic, totally chaotic. So, I mean, we weren't really happy with our first release,
Oh, really?
Short-Lived Romance. So,
it's just the production, like the
just
mastering
production-wise, great. Like we love the song.
Piss on. We had to record
Um,
the drums second again, didn't we? We had
yeah,
to record
yeah.
the drums, so like going back
Mm.
and re-recording drums after you recorded everything else just wasn't ideal.
And the
like.
guy,
Right.
I'm not going to mention any names, obviously, but the guy that got the mix totally remixed the mix, and I kind of only wanted to master it.
Right. Okay.
So, production. I think if we when we bring the EP out, I think we're going to bring like a remixed, mastered,
Right.
redone
Version,
version
yeah,
of
yeah,
Short-Lived
yeah, yeah.
Romance out. Like
Yeah.
so, that'd be canny. But we do have another version of Short-Lived Romance coming out very soon,
Oh, really?
which we're going to try not to talk about too much because it's still in production. But
Right.
It's big for what, like, it's really big for us.
And it sounds. I can show you guys after the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
we've got new songs we can't show you, but
Yeah.
unfortunately you guys can't.
So you mentioned
Secret.
EP.
Yeah.
Is that planned for early part of next year or?
sort of summertime next year. Early part of next year, we're going to start bringing out a couple more singles. We've got Which Way to Go coming out, which is the next single, and then another one called I Love It.
Right.
So we're going to bring out another 2 singles, and then we're going to bring out the EP with the remastered version of Short Lived Romance on.
And show another couple of tunes on it as well. So 5. Is it 5 songs?
5 songs altogether, yeah. We might even stick the bonus track in of the other Short Lived Romance version.
Right, okay. So lots coming then.
Yeah, I mean, we've been busy. Like, we've not been sitting scratching our heads, you know. Like, we've been working hard. And like I say, over the past year, we've had a couple of different drummers. You know, like, we had a guitar change and everything like that. And it's all been kind of catchy-uppy type of stuff. So, at the moment where we are, we've got a really solid unit.
Right, okay.
All the lads are game, you know. Like, everyone's interested and they want to do Dayzies. So, and that's what you want, you know. Everyone's like invested in it.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
So yeah, like I think, to be fair, over the next year, you'll see a lot more from Dayzies, like in terms of releasing and things like that.
Good stuff.
So yeah,
nice. It is important all to be on the same page, and you've been in a band yourself. Have you had it where you've been in like other bands and stuff, and you sort of people haven't quite?
We've had as in everyone's working on different projects.
Well, yeah, and that, or both all being in the same band, but maybe not all being on the same page or anything like that. Not now, obviously, but I mean. Like
in the past. I think you have when you first get together. There is that where you're trying to figure out what direction you're going. So, trying to get yourselves all. Not in the same genre, but pushing in the same direction.
Yeah.
In terms of like trying to find where you're going, we're kind of still in that phase because
we've changed a bit at the minute.
We come to the table with like so many different things, you know, like, and we've all got our own influences, but we've all got the same influences, and it's your influences that dictate what you play at the end of the day, isn't it? Yeah. So I mean, like we our like group chat on WhatsApp, right? It's just like there's so many voice notes that just get posted, and like. Sometimes you listen to like 15 seconds of it and it sounds good, but you're busy at the time and you don't. And there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things like that. And it's like, to be honest, we could go for 100 years. Yeah. Keep on just releasing shit though. But like, you know, like there's some diamonds in there, and it's just sifting through all that sort of stuff. But you need to try and find like a solid direction where you're going, but it's good to get those influences in and try and bring them into one direction that you're going. So it's all good trying to find a sound, but if you can amalgamate sounds, that's where you become different sometimes, isn't it?
With influences, how does your influences range between all of you?
Well, Mark's an ex-metalhead.
I was going to say, these are an indie band. I've got a Judas Priest tattoo on my arm. I was massive like Pantera and Black Sabbath and like everything, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. So like it's mad like the past few years getting into different stuff and playing with these, but like I'd say the sound's changed quite a bit like at the minute.
There's loads of different elements. Like I mean, if you listen to a full Daisy set, it's like it'll start off punky, it'll go grungy, it'll go indie,
and then at the end it's
back into grungy, punky stuff, and then indie, and then we kind of class ourselves as indie grunge at the moment because it's like. It's not grungy, like it's not like Nirvana type, but it's like crunchy.
Nice.
Oh, my man.
That was it. That was just pure chance.
It's like crunchy, fuzzy indie.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Like it's got that heavy element, but it's still.
Don't think I've ever heard the phrase indie grunge.
Indie grunge is a new genre.
Oh well, I'm gonna stick with that then.
Yeah.
keep it. Run with it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just like heavy indie, really, at the minute.
It's. Yeah,
stuff we'll play.
Like I say, we'll show you some stuff after this, and then you can tell what you think.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm up for that. So, how was it for you then joining the Dayzies later? Because if you're coming into something where it's your original idea, how have you found it sort of coming in and putting your mark on it? No pun intended. That wasn't meant. Sorry.
Like I don't know. Like it's hard, like, without like blowing smoke up your own arse, but like, is there any guitarist in our scene that sounds like me? No.
Do you know what, right?
Not like because like they go, I'm so good, but like playing metal and stuff, like when we're playing metal and stuff, like learn to shred and do all the fast stuff, like all I've got to do is just slow down, and then everyone's like, oh my god, it sounds fucking mint. And it's not just like I'm just doing daft fucking shit. It's like
we still do daft do.
I do, but like you just tone it down a bit, and it's like I don't know, like with. I feel like I have like not affected the sound loads, but like it is much different, a lot heavier than what it was.
He's brought like sex to it.
That's what they always say.
It's like, mate, your guitar is like sexy. Like, do you only hear like a sexy guitar like solo? And you're just like, Jesus Christ, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like
it gives you a lot of passion,
like 80s, that kind of like the 80s guitar rock. So it's like, I don't know, like glam rock and stuff, like glam metal, Poison, Motley. Always guns out with Motley Crue.
Yeah, I was like, mate, that's like, that's what I mean by like a sexy guitar, like, do you know, like Motley Crue, like Kickstart My Heart type stuff. It was like,
dive bombs and stuff and all that. Yeah, so I don't know, it's been alright, but then a lot of the stuff I write's not that heavy in a way, is it?
Mark comes out with the most indie tunes.
Right.
Yeah,
for being weird, for being like metal orientated in the past.
His previous life.
He's like your past life.
I had long hair and everything like that.
So did I once.
Yeah.
Wouldn't believe it now, would you?
So did I, mate, to be honest. Actually, do you know what? I've kept this since I left school, right? Let's try and...
I thought go a picture of Matt. Fuck have you got that?
Baby Liam.
Oh, wow.
That's my school dinner card.
Why is it like... You snap it at some point?
Dude, that's like 15-year-old or some shit.
It's Justin Bieber. That's that kind of...
You've had a day like that as well.
Let's show everyone else at home.
Go on in. Audio listeners, go to YouTube.
Baby Liam. I want it Burnside, by the way. Hasn't got my address on it, so you're worried.
Yeah, don't make the edit difficult for me, eh? So, how long have all of you guys been together now in this current setup? Like, hopefully it's the final...
Since, it totally is. I think we're all set in stone.
Yeah,
everyone knows what they're doing, and like we've all got our own kind of jobs as well. Like within the band, like we've all, you know.
Oh, that's good.
But Yoshi joined in May, didn't he?
About that, yeah.
So since May,
like
really,
6 months
we've been
then.
a solid unit since May, and since then we've gotten more things recorded and stuff like that as well. So,
well, that was going to be my next question. It was like, if you've had people coming into the band and then you've had stuff recorded, has it been a case of trying to get them to get their stamp on it? But if you've recorded fresh with this setup,
well, that's what we did. Yeah. So we initially, when we went in to record Short-Lived Romance,
it
was funny, right?
This is when we thought we were going to get the whole EP
so we thought in a day we'll just smash off a full EP.
Literally, like, we'll get it done.
And I'll tell you what,
set off by Hotch, we'll get it in dusted and just...
We got like, we basically got like guide tracks sorted.
right? Okay.
So we'll go back the same studio and we can use those, and which we did actually for Which Way to Go and I Love It. We already had those guide tracks kind of recorded.
Right.
So we used them, and we'll have to speed them up or slow them down or whatever, but it worked. Like, like we haven't necessarily wasted money in a sense, because going back to the same studio using those guide tracks saves a lot of time in the studio. And then, I mean, we've got like 4 or 5 hours at the end of the day normally just to
go through stuff,
like
and
mull over it and go, I'm just gonna add this in, like a little tambourine.
Then we went back as well. We've gone back. This like both go do like another like
You've
5
got to
6
have
hours.
fresh ears. You've got to have fresh ears.
Yeah.
You can't go into a studio and spend
at the end of the day as well, when like
you listen to the same thing.
You're on a buzz as well at the end, and you've got to record and you listen back. Like, it sounds class, and then you go home and I was like,
listen to it
shit.
the next day.
You need that time to reflect, don't you?
Pick out little tiny things that no one else would notice, but you notice it because it's you.
It's you.
Yeah. I remember you saying that though when we've had conversations about admissions and stuff, and it's been a case that if you could record in your own studio, then you'd go back and do certain things.
You'd spend the time just effectively messing around with it and seeing what works, what doesn't. So I think when you go to a studio and you are effectively paying for someone else's time, they don't put as much, I don't want to use the word passion, but passion into your project than you would if you were just sat there with unlimited time.
Well, the guy that we use, Alex,
that's why we like him, and
we like him because he's totally honest with you. Like, if it sounds shit, he'll say, "Nah, it's shit. Do it again." Do you know what I mean? Like, and he also comes out with like little ideas about, like, well, this would sound cool. Yeah. And it's like, when he does it, it's like, it's fucking mint, mate. Like, just put like a little stop somewhere and just like cut the music out of it.
And kick back into the chorus and stuff. Honestly, some of the stuff he does is class. And his parents are in the studio, so he just grew up around us, and he just knows everything.
Nice.
He plays keys. You ever heard the Pale White? Another Newcastle band. He plays keys like.
You have? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I went to school with Adam from
Pale White. Yeah. Surprised at that, aren't you?
Yeah, I am actually. Yeah, I thought you were just doing it for. I was honest. I didn't know. I don't know everyone.
Tell you why. I think Georgia is a fan. That's why.
Is she?
Yeah, I've seen it in the car.
Oh, fair enough. Well done, Georgia.
Yeah, there you go.
Rob's girlfriend.
There you go.
She's got good music taste. What can I say? Yeah, what can I say?
Obviously, yeah. That's good that you've got that though, to have, because we've talked about it with other artists and stuff. And sometimes when you go and work with a producer, sometimes it can be a case of no, we just want to record and go.
Get out,
Yeah, and some people like have you had it where people have? I think you've said about it before about if you're working with a producer and then they'd be like trying to give you that direction. You're like, no, we know what we want. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, trying to just stick to your.
Sometimes it's
quite
good.
It's
good
I
to
think,
it's good to take suggestions sometimes and see what it sounds like. If I'm just totally fucking off because I can hold my hands up and say I've done that before because you're like dead set on an idea that you've got and someone goes, no, just try this, and it's like, nah, man, like this is how I want it, and it's like, just try it, and then like you try it and like it's like, fuck, I just fucking meant that.
Sorry.
We dealt with tunes all the time. To be fair, when we're writing songs, we do that. We're like, no, keep it this bit, and then like someone will do something. You're like, all right, whatever, sounds good.
I've got some great recordings. I voice record every single practice so I can like listen to it back afterwards and go, well, this could improve and do that. And like some of the little like bickers that we'll have, like I'll just sit and listen to
that could be a podcast in itself.
It's like, you ever heard the Trogs in the studio?
No.
When they have, you need to watch it, right? YouTube the Trogs in the studio, right? And they're just having a fucking out with each other constantly. Like, hate each other, clearly hate each other in the studio, but they're probably best mates. Like, but as soon as you get in the studio with your best mates, you're fucking worst enemies.
It must be difficult though if you're in such close proximity and all the creativity's flowing and that. It must be difficult if you've got a complete difference of opinion.
We don't have a difference of opinion. It's just like sometimes it's like one person would say, this would sound.
It's either A or B.
Yeah, that's
and just trying to make that decision.
Yeah. But like I say, there's no harm in trying it. You just don't knock it until you try it.
Yeah, we'll always try the idea.
Always try it, and then if it doesn't work, it's like, nah, we'll try something else. We'll think about. We'll come back to it another day, fresh-headed. But yeah, I mean, it's all fucking swings and roundabouts anyway, isn't it? Like, you know, you trial and error.
Is it a case that you're all writing individual songs and then bring it to the table, or is it literally all just voice notes?
It's both
bits and bobs. I mean, sometimes we could just be in the practice room practicing. Yeah. And then when we're having like a 5-minute break or something, like someone might play a little riff. Everyone's ears will perk up and be like, "It's fucking mint that. Like, let's fucking work on that."
Just keep going.
So like, I love it. One of our tunes, one of the third single to come out.
Right. Okay.
Just three notes.
That's how that was written. Just 3 notes, just a little fucking riff, and then we've got another one.
Yeah.
That we've just done.
Similar. Yeah, pretty much kind of the same. A lot of it kind of sounds like Dead Kennedys, that one, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's very punky and stuff. It's cool though.
Once again, like I say, with the eclecticism of music tastes, it narrows down eventually. But I'm looking forward to hearing like a full set to be.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because you would understand Dayzies a little bit better.
But that's the only thing I've ever heard is exactly. Surely Romance. That's all I've heard.
It's the same as everyone. We get messages on like the likes of YouTube and Instagram. It's like when you're bringing new music out, like quite a lot, and it's like, look, just bear with us. Like, we are trying.
You got to be happy with the product that you're going to be selling, right? So you've got time to work on it, and if you've only been together 6 months, you've got time to develop.
Promotion's king.
Promotion's mad.
Especially this day and age, like you've got. It's all about social media and pushing socials, bringing out videos,
TikToks, reels.
You've got to release a reel.
All we've done is just shove each other's phones in my face today. Just
I know, it's like, look,
we're like half to get this.
And it's like, we have to get a reel sorted today. And it's like, well, why should you have to?
It's really difficult.
I'm not. You have to do it every single day.
I'm not like what they call again, the
creative
influencer.
I'm not an influencer. I'm a musician.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you got to be both nowadays. So like,
it is. It's all about influencing. But I want people just to be influenced off my music, not fucking daft videos that I do with sounds that are popular. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that.
It's a full-time job, isn't it? Trying to do the TikTok side
I've got a full-time job, and then I finish that, and then I've got a full-time job. Like,
oh mate, you're preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, never ends.
No, exactly,
the creative industry is fucked. Yeah, to be quite honest, like.
It is hard. I mean, I think the best person to say it to me was Fraser Morgan when he was here, and he was like, if he can make his current salary off music, That's
what I've always said. Yeah. If I make as much as I'm making during the day, then I'd just sack work off, like, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
To our employees, we won't do it.
I love my job.
I love. I genuinely do. I'm a plumber, right? I love my job. Right, I do like maintenance work, so I go in aftercare for new builds and stuff like that. And it's alright. You meet some nice people.
Yeah.
I met our producer.
Right. Okay.
From plumbing, I did a plumbing job for him. Changed some valves around on a radiator, and I had to go and bleed a radiator upstairs.
Right.
And I just walked into this absolutely amazing console like studio, and I was like, "Oh, you're a producer, like, mate?" he's like, "Yeah, like, I used to work for EMI and Abbey Road Studios and stuff like that, Mr. Mo Vollins." I was like, "Shit," like, probably like perplexed by the situation. So now he's mastering our next few singles, like, so.
It's funny how it all works out.
It's mental, mate. Like, it is. It's a small world.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. You realise that it's similar circles because even with what we do in Essex and stuff, like you always end up seeing the same people, different people working with each other, and it's like, how do you know them?
Yeah.
So no, it's small circles. Right, what we do some quick fire questions before we have a break, and then we get into your dream gig in a bit. So, best gig you've had so far?
Right. So we played with a Oasis tribute band called Oasis from Newcastle.
That is proper Geordie, that, isn't
it? And
it's Geordie thing ever, honestly.
They're proper mint as well. Like, really good. Like, the guy who does Liam Gallagher.
He was spot on. It wasn't even like it was cringy. That was like perfect. It was class.
They were really, I think they're actually endorsed somewhat by Oasis or something.
There's one of them.
I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Like, but
there's one of them that is. I don't know if it's them.
I think it's called No Oasis.
Yeah, isn't it Faux Fighters as well? There's Faux Fighters. Yeah.
FAUX. Faux Fighters. I'm actually going to see them on Saturday.
The Chilleries.
Yeah.
I like the Red Hot Chili Pipers. Me like.
I think there's a Queen of the Stone Age one that do it.
There's so many.
Well.
There's a Bon Jovi one.
Huh?
Bon Jovi.
John Bovey.
Bon Jovi. Yeah. There's loads. Loads.
But yeah, that was the best gig we did. Was with they were headline. We were main support, and there was a band called Idle Hands, which are fucking actually quite good, like, to be honest. Stone Rosesy, Charlatans-y type vibes I was getting from them.
Right.
But yeah, that was probably the best. 300 people, Anarchy Brewery in Newcastle.
Oh wow.
It was
heaving. Like,
I mean,
it was
absolutely chocker. They ran out of drink and everything. It was in a brewery.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, it was absolutely heaving. That was fucking awesome. Really good gig.
Sounds like the scene up where you are is pretty fucking awesome.
It is pretty.
I might just be bigging it up too much because
no, you told us about 3 gigs, 200, 300, 300.
I'm telling you the best ones. Yeah,
I know.
They're the best ones that we've done over the course of the year.
I'm going to tell you the worst gig we've done. If you want to know the best one.
Yeah, go
right. So the worst one that we did, and do you know what? In terms of gig wise, playing, it was fucking mint.
Right.
But fuck, I said
no.
We've got there's a lad called Louis that comes to like all of our gigs. Give him a t-shirt for free because he came to that one. It was totally out of the way in Newcastle.
Right.
It's like if you were to go from where we live, it's like a metro, then like 2 buses. So it's like get the tube and 2 buses basically. Right. Which is a fuck on. Who the fuck's gonna do that to go to a gig? And the venue was mint.
Yeah.
It was in this fucking not even a village. It's just outside of sort of Gateshead, which is just outside of Newcastle.
Yeah.
Some guy was class.
There was me and your uncle came. The other bands came.
Yeah.
Which was 2 people.
And then
just like one guy with an acoustic guitar and a bass player.
And then 2 of our fans came.
Yeah.
Right.
Which was mint because like 2 of our fucking fans came. And like this pure like
out in the middle of the sticks.
In the sticks. But that was probably the worst one that we did in terms
sound
of
wise though.
The sound guy was
like
mint.
The guy was class.
In my opinion, we played quite good.
Yeah.
It was just the amount of people that were there.
It was just no one there.
Yeah, just nobody. The promoter was like, when we're supposed to be doors open, he's like, push it back off, and I was like, mate, like, there's no salvage in this.
They're not coming.
There's no one coming.
Right? There's like a bar downstairs, and it was fucking heaving.
Yeah, and they wouldn't come upstairs. But they had a DJ on downstairs.
So is it? Don't put a DJ on when there's a band on.
Yeah,
that's stupid, isn't it?
Anyway,
what's the worst gig you've had?
Just probably not far off that kind of when no one's there.
It happens to the best.
Yeah, well, no, we went up to
was that a Norwich one?
Bury St Edmunds, which Grace put on.
Well, we're talking about San Quentin.
Yeah, and San Quentin was there. The gig was great. It was just you're just playing to the other bands.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, like which
we've done it a couple of times. Well, that was the worst. So sometimes they're all punters there, like 10, 20. Do you know what I mean? But like that was just there was no one there.
What is a non-negotiable for when you're doing a gig? Like you guys have obviously done enough now to know what works and what don't work.
Every gig's a gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you just try and take everything.
It doesn't matter what gig you play. You don't know who the fuck's going to be there, mate.
Yeah, that's what
you could
try
play.
And do it that way.
For instance, that gig I've just talked about.
Yeah.
The only person in the crowd could have been someone very important who thought like they might be in the area and went, oh, there's a fun gig on, I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
You just never know. And it is like about look at Oasis. They went up to Glasgow. They played what was it?
King Tut's or something.
King Tut's. They played King Tut's, and then they got signed straight after.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you just don't fucking know. You don't know.
No,
and they'd done plenty of gigs before that in Manchester. And Manchester at the time was up and coming. You know, all the Manchester bands and everything.
Yeah.
But they didn't get fucking signed in Manchester.
No. Maybe Gateshead's slightly different to Glasgow.
Different disrespect, Gateshead. That's where I'm from. That's where I'm from. These are from Newcastle. I'm from Gateshead.
You just, like I say though, you don't know who's going to be
No,
there.
I'm joking.
The silence in the room. Then I was like,
Don't disrespect Gateshead.
I'm in Wickford.
No, it literally it's an absolute dive.
Wicked.
I love it, but it's a dive.
It's
Like
a
I've only
Ford.
ever gone to Newcastle like once or twice, and I think once was when I was a teenager and went up for the wrestling. I was like,
You went to the Metal Radio?
Metal Radio. I think that's probably there. WWE. was-
Yeah.
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels there. Shawn Michaels and
I remember
JBL.
I remember Kane being there.
Oh, that was man. This
Yeah,
this was
it would have
like,
been the same one.
98, 2000.
Yeah, it would have been
potentially.
2000.
It was WWF shit. That.
Yeah, I think I was in year 8 at school. It would have been around 2000. I think.
wow.
Same arena.
Yeah.
22 years ago.
There you go.
What's a song you wish you wrote?
The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen. I think that is a fucking.
That's like out there, isn't it? I've not heard that before.
What? You
I've
never
not-
seen Donnie Darko?
No, but I mean I've never heard that track as a suggestion on this question.
Oh. Well, you have now.
Runaway by Kanye West, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair,
That surprises me though.
That's
like-
fucking
that's
out there. What?
yeah,
That's
no,
fucking
I
out there.
apologise, Luke. That's out there.
Yeah. No, I like metal, but I'm like massive into hip hop. Like he'll tell you,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
all
Right,
that
okay.
stuff as well. So
This
like,
dude can crimp walk as well. Is it crimp?
Crip
Sorry.
Walk.
Crimp.
I'm from Gateshead, man. It's like the hood. Honestly, no, like
Right,
legit
okay.
is. Like, it's like the hood. Like it's just madness.
No, he's
But,
from Liam Lane.
And you were worried about teenagers in King's Cross earlier.
Oh, it's worse around here. Like, well, you know what it is. No, but when you
Yeah, but we use fists, not knives.
You know everyone. You know everyone. And like it doesn't scare you. Like Roger could walk past, like, oh, it's Darren, all right, mate. Like it's happening. But like round here, there's just like 20 of them. I'm just like, I can't run. I've got no house I can go hide in. It's just like there's just loads of them. I'm staying in a hostel that doesn't look that safe. So like,
Our hostel's sick.
it's nice, but like I bet you if we got chased by a group of kids, no one's gonna stop the kids. Like, they don't really care about that much.
There is a 10 p.m. door though. Like they're not getting past that.
I ain't even
You gotta have a
underestimating them.
key
Like,
card.
do you see the kid climbing across the spiked fence? There's like a spiked fence
Oh,
coming
yeah.
off the wall. And he was,
We
like,
were
climbing
walking
around it.
directly under him as well, and I thought you got caught on the
Like,
fence. It was dropped.
Where was it at? I don't know. Around here, there was like a canal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
There's, like, a big wall
Just
and then, like, a
before you
spiked
come,
fence.
like Camden
Lock.
Lock.
And he was just,
Yeah,
he was just swinging around us like as if he was Spider-Man. I was like, bro, like you're gonna die, but he didn't. And I was like, you know,
No,
it
he
is.
didn't.
It's built different down
I
here.
would
Like
have
Lily
loved to
or.
know how he got back around though, because the spikes were the other way.
Right.
Have you ever seen Judge Dredd?
No.
Like, like
No.
the big. That's what I feel like I'm like
The
the big,
Stallone
the big
version of the new
like
version.
the big superstructures. Like that's what I
Aye.
feel like I'm in. Like in London, it's like you were saying, it's King's Landing, isn't it?
Aye,
Like I
well,
just honestly, it's like, walking around, I'm just like, oh my god. But,
With your with you liking like metal and hip hop,
Yeah.
when Jay-Z and Linkin Park teamed up, was that your vibe or not?
No, I don't like Linkin
Yeah,
Park.
DJ
I don't
Hero
like
one.
new metal.
Oh, I like new metal.
No. I don't know. Like,
see,
I'm
I
not
was
a
like
big
a
Limp
Limp
Bizkit fan.
Bizkit
Nah, I never
sort
liked
of
Limp Bizkit
fan,
and all like
yeah,
that. Like,
yeah, Limp Bizkit.
nah. I don't really like mix. I like Rage Against the Machine's class. They're
Yeah,
like
I
the
Rage
best in
on
my
them.
opinion. Like mix the like the both of them. But I don't really like anyone else. Like that
It's
type of
what
like
I
new
grew
metal,
up
like
on in
Korn
the
or anything like
90s
that's
and
not
that
really
though,
my
like,
thing.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like
I'm a
that
bit
sort
younger
of
than
new
these. I'm
metal-y
like
type stuff, rap metal.
3-4
Yeah,
years
sort
younger.
of,
Stuff,
So
Fred Durst and all that.
Oh yeah, that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
Listening to that. Yeah.
mine was Green Day for me.
Green
Like,
Day as
Green,
well.
like, when
like,
I first
aye.
started playing guitar, like American Idiot just came out,
Right.
and then I bought
I remember getting that on
Bullet in a
CD.
Bible. That's what I got. Bullet in a Bible had like the live gig. And
That's a
then-
great film.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
I watched that like religiously as a kid, and just was just like, that's what I want to be. Then I was like, no, I'm not wearing eyeliner though. So
I remember actually the day I got my American Idiot CD, I got my first Hudson skateboard as well from fucking JJB.
dog
JJB.
And I got
Wow.
fucking
JJB
lit
Sports.
Back a
for it
bit,
as
innit?
well.
That's a bit, yeah.
And then I had to go to like Native Skate Store in Newcastle about 6 months later to get like a proper skateboard because it's no good knocking about on a Hudson skateboard.
Well,
here
August
by,
or something like it's flying over.
No, it was JJB, mate.
Oh, GG.
Aye. Doesn't even exist.
Rest in peace.
But that's what that reminds me of. Like
What was the
American
first single you bought then?
First single.
Yeah.
Never single. I remember the first CD I ever bought was Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
It's a hell of a first.
That was the
CD
very
to buy.
first one that I bought. Personally, myself.
Yeah.
Like my dad used to buy CDs all the time
Yeah,
and stuff like that. The first ever CD that I ever got without me buying it, my dad brought us in. It was the Eagles, and I used to play it all the time on the hi-fi back in the day.
Yeah.
But it was the only CD I had for about 10 years.
Oh.
And then, actually, I remember can you remember Outcast when they brought out the half
Yeah,
and
half
like
one
the Love
out,
Below
yeah.
and speaker box.
Yeah, I
I remember
remember that,
buying
yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
That was an awesome album. That like Andre 3000, some dude. Like,
Yeah.
He's class.
played Hendrix as well. Him actually, didn't you?
Yeah, no,
The Hendrix
all is
movie.
by my side. The Hendrix biography. Yeah.
Absolutely belted that.
Ah, it's class. I think what the first one I bought was. I don't know. I just downloaded all my music like.
Well,
LimeWire.
LimeWire.
Yeah.
uTorrent.
Just loads of just ridiculous stuff.
Have you seen the playlist on Spotify?
and Spotify.
About Spotify on Netflix.
No.
It's called The Playlist, and it's like it's all about how Spotify first came out. It's really good
Right.
really good watch. But I got really fucking angry by the end of it because like,
They just rip off.
well, they ripped the labels off to begin with, and now they're ripping us off because the labels at the end of the day were the ones that had the money, but now
Yeah.
Spotify's the one that's got the money.
Mm.
You know, like they own the fucking labels now.
Yeah. Scary, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were trying to think of ways, like even people I've had conversations with, like you can't really take CDs to gigs anymore because who's got a CD
Well,
player?
we played with Dead Letter. You heard Dead Letter? They're from around here.
Right.
Really good band actually. We played with those in Middlesbrough. Last Friday, the Friday before.
Yeah, I think last week.
They had CDs, and I said, "But that's a fucking awesome idea." Like,
It's a great idea, but it's just
Yeah.
like who's got? I mean, even in my car, I don't think I've got a CD
Yeah,
player.
that's
My,
the thing.
my
like,
laptop hasn't
true,
got a CD
yeah.
player.
It's good on paper, but like I couldn't see what's on
everyone's
CDs.
got a record player now, though.
It's t-shirts you want to
Everyone's
sell.
got a record player these days.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's the
like,
way, yeah.
7-inches and stuff could like.
The only
shout.
thing, when I've had Lizzie here, she's talked to me about NFTs, right? Which is essentially like a non-fungible token. So if you you pay for something to have that. So it's a case of if you had an original of something, I think it would work for music as well. That you'd have an NFT of that single.
Right.
So you wouldn't necessarily have the streams for it, but you'd be able to sell it as. Is that right, Manish? Am I talking shit?
Oh, mate, what the fuck's an NFT? You want to
yeah,
tell the
yeah.
Wesh?
NFT is it's like a new form of currency almost.
You not heard of
but-
NFTs on those?
No.
Where you been?
No,
Oh,
I've
he
got,
doesn't have Facebook, he doesn't use social media properly now either.
Oh, I'm a
He
technophobe, me, like.
just sits in the house and plays my piano. But
So what?
No,
Getting
but,
good now, you know.
I have no idea about NFTs. I tried like
What is an NFT? Can
I
somebody
tried
tell
doing
me?
it.
non-fungible token.
it's like
which-
crypto
Oh, I've
basically.
heard of that.
Yeah, it's
I've
like
heard of that.
crypto.
Is
like
that
Bitcoin.
like that fucking
Huh?
Bitcoin.
Beagle?
So, yeah,
it's
is
like
that like
along
that
those,
Beagle?
it's
Yeah.
along those
Is
lines.
it Beagle? No, that's that bloody stupid thing.
Nah, you just get
I'm
that
sure
pictures of footballers and that.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
I've seen
Bored
this.
apes.
I've read
There is,
this.
there is,
And
yeah.
you can sell these NFT things online, can't you, as well? Like,
Well, if you
can
set,
make
you
like
can
an
set your
image or something.
you can set your profile picture on Twitter as an NFT.
Yeah.
So it means that you own the rights to that, and if anyone wants it, they have to pay for it. That's what I mean.
Screenshots.
What, like, so if like you own like a domain for a website
Yeah,
and someone wants your domain,
Yeah.
they've got to buy it from you.
basically, I think that's right. If I'm wrong and I'm leading everyone down a garden path, I apologise, but I'm pretty sure an NFT, unless there's only one, and then that's it. But I'm sure if you could, I wonder if you had an album or a single that you wanted to sell,
Yeah.
if that was a way to generate an income from it, as opposed to having to get
What,
it
so have the
Stream,
album
yeah.
cover as an...
No, like the whole album's an NFT itself.
I've got no fucking
How would that
clue.
work?
Because you can have
music
anything that's an
involved as
NFT.
well?
You can anything can be an NFT.
I thought it was all to do with like images though. Like you could create
No, it
like,
can be
your own
out.
image.
It
and
can be
stuff.
sounds, videos, pictures,
There you go.
and everything. Yeah,
We're,
yeah.
we're gonna
So can you
crash
sell
Spotify.
an NFT multiple times?
That you can.
What? So you can put an NFT as your profile picture on Spotify? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No, you can just
I'm fucking
Right.
confused.
I'm in the same boat as you.
Right, what
I've
we'll
got
do,
my
we'll look
phone
it up
phone.
in the break, and then we'll come back and we'll tell people what the fuck we're talking about.
Do you
yeah?
know what? It's that little emoji with a fucking brain gun.
NFT.
Yeah.
Manish, do the research in the break. We are gonna have a quick break, and we'll come back for section 2. So join us then.
Hi, this is Eliza May, and you're watching the Unsigned podcast.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Unsigned podcast. We're with Dayzies, Liam and Mark. We are going to do your dream gig now. So,
Dream gig.
dream gig. Oh, NFTs. We couldn't figure it out. Go and look it up.
Not for this.
Well, no,
podcast.
you figured it out, but I was totally perplexed by it. Like,
Yeah.
so,
We were just trying to figure out a way that musicians can make money from their own music as opposed to having to go via a streaming service. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comments.
Busking. Busking.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're at a gig, so say, for example, right, you've got a gig on the 21st of December, so have you, right?
Got them before that, actually.
I was just putting it together. You're both on the 21st. My point is that if you're doing a gig, right, you want to be able to try and sell stuff to your fans at your events, yeah? So I was trying to figure out a way where it's obviously, hopefully, if it's a good gig, you get paid for it, great. If you can sell merch, great. But to sell your singles, there must be a way that would work better for musicians rather than
tell you about my idea? So know when you are on the tube or the underground,
or the metro,
and you see someone busking,
yeah,
instead of accepting cash, they just have like the little square tap your card thing. Get one of them, just put it at the front of the stage, and just tell people it's there. If you want to, you can. Tell them it'll be a $5, and then as the gig goes on, in theory, everyone will be more drunk. Boom, boom, boom.
I've seen that before, actually. You know,
I'm convinced that's
seen that
gonna.
And do you know what else is good? And I've seen people having like a QR code on the backdrop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that sort of thing, and I'm guessing you scan the QR code. I didn't actually do that, but you know, some other people would.
Is that good?
I don't know how to use QR codes. You see,
That shocks me.
but yeah, I can imagine I scan it,
Yeah.
play it, subscribe to this as well.
What? Anything.
And what else can you do on the internet these days?
Donate. That's what a lot of people want.
Donate.
Yeah.
What else? Well, you guys are better than me with this sort of shit.
Basically, we're just trying to find ways of supporting artists better.
Yeah?
That's what we're looking for.
Comment.
Yes,
Stick
do
in a comment.
So,
I look nah.
in the dream gig, what we do, we ask you your favourite venue, where you'd like to play, artists who are going to support you or who they are, what would be on your rider, cover track you would do, etc., etc. So, we're going to start with your dream venue. Where would you guys play at Daisy's dream gig?
What you going first?
Ladies and gentlemen. I don't fucking know, to be quite honest. Like,
Well, what venues have you guys been to and you think, fuck me, it's just a cool venue? Like, have you been to many down here, or is it usually where...
Just
I've never been to a gig
town.
down here.
Festivals,
Like,
really. Like coming down, Donham
yeah,
Park.
fucking right. And I'll take a Glasgow. Obviously, however, everyone's dream gig is a Glasgow gig.
Everyone was doing Glasgow, so we took festivals off the menu because it was like everyone was going, we want to do the Sam Fender slot at Glastonbury.
Bugger.
What
Do
about
you know what, right? Like, it's a small festival, but I really like Kennel Calling. I've been a punter there a couple of times.
Right.
I do that. It's not my dream, but I would love to do Kennel Calling because it's like a mini Glastonbury.
Right, okay.
But venue, let's not talk about festivals. Venue-wise.
Milton Keynes for me, probably.
The bowl.
The Bowl.
Well, no, like that's just outside. Like they've had the big Oasis one there, that Green Day one.
Finsbury Park.
I've seen Foo Fighters there. That was good.
Would you class that as like a festival-y type atmosphere?
Maybe, but if you guys can't choose a venue, I'll have to take whatever you give us when I...
I don't know.
Just take one of them. That'll do. Like, I'd honestly, mate, like venue-wise, doesn't make a difference. It's
Whiskey Go Go.
Two's in the venue. The two's in the venue.
Yeah.
Like, you could play the best venue in the world, but if the audience aren't right...
But it's your dream gig.
Yeah,
so you imagine they're going to be fucking up for it.
Wembley.
Only been alright.
Get St James's Park. St James's. What the fuck am I talking about? Wembley.
Oh, I did think that.
St James's bloody Park.
Sam Fender's done that now.
It's
not cool anymore. At least someone's done it. But
so
St James's Park
I'd
would be
love to play St James's Park. I'd like to play my hometown stadium.
Yeah.
In front
Big
of my
gated stadium
hometown
for me.
How many is that old?
What do you support?
I don't know, like, not really, but like, my primary school went there for a sports day and like we filled the stadium. So like, it's not that big. Like,
I bet there was a couple of primary schools there.
You what's that?
I bet it was a couple of primary schools there.
That was just us. We had the whole thing ourselves.
How big was your primary school?
Couple of
kids? 1,000 deep?
No, it was 300. Not that big.
Gateshead, they're in like conference now, though, aren't they? So
yeah,
I think they're in Northern League, aren't they?
Oh, are they?
It's either or. It's either or.
Not a clue.
I think it might be right. Actually, I think they have upped their game.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need a bigger stadium though. But anyway, yeah, it's St James's Park.
Who would be on the lineup then? So there's going to be 3 artists, including you guys. You can fit anywhere on the bill. You've got your headliners, main support opener. Who are going to be there with you, and where is everyone featuring?
Well, obviously, if it's our dream gig, we would like to be headlining.
Yeah.
But because Andrew's been mint with Wherry. He's a good friend of mine. I will 100% get Andrew Cush on there because I think he deserves a St James's Park. He'll probably get one before us regardless anyway.
Right.
But definitely get one before us. I know Sam Fender's recently got done doing it, so I think there's a lot of stead for it, especially with the new owners, and they probably want to push things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think St James's Park. I'll definitely get Andrew on with her. And there's a band called PV Wonders in Newcastle at the minute as well. Check them out, Matt.
Okay.
Check them out. Fucking mint.
Get him to upload music.
Yeah.
What about yourself? Would you choose the same?
I don't know, because I don't listen to new music
Right.
at all. Like
You can take old. You can have old people.
Yeah, like I don't know what I'd do for it really. Like
Lindisfarne.
I don't know. Like, trying to think of like my favourite bands were Stone Roses, but they wouldn't really like fit with us like so much. So I don't know.
I'm not even going to say anything because Ian Brown.
What's that?
Oh yeah. Did you see the?
The karaoke. Yeah, the glorified karaoke. Yeah.
Ian Brown, if you watch this, mate, I fucking love you, but how it?
Sort it out, man. Jesus Christ. But I like, so I don't know really. Like Strokes. The Strokes would be cool. That'd be class. I don't know, Wu-Tang Clan. Like,
Can you imagine that?
You know what I mean?
The Stone Roses don't go, but Wu-Tang
yeah, but
do.
Wu-Tang. Yeah. Well, Ian Brown's a massive hip hop fan, wasn't he? He was
Yeah.
like massive into like Biggie Smalls and all that. So I don't know really. My mates DJing. All my friends are like not like well known in Newcastle, but like there's a few of them DJ like all over. So
totally get this.
but
if this was going on at 3 o'clock in the morning,
we get me mates down, pack at World Headquarters. A rave, but have the whole St James's Park.
World Headquarters, by the way, if you don't know, which you probably won't.
No.
It's a good little rave site in Newcastle.
Yeah, this is Rave Haven, so all my friends go.
Raven Haven.
But yeah, probably I don't know, really. Like I have no idea. I don't listen to new music. I just listen to myself play guitar. And that's about it,
like a proper guitarist.
Yeah, proper guitarist. Like, and these companies with stuff, and like Frank, the bass player, send this stuff all the time. He's like, "This is class, innit?" Like, yeah, read.
Don't play guitar, you play the bass.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, apparently not.
I don't listen to a lot of new like mainstream music because everything that we get sent for unsigned or future hits or whatever, I spend a lot of time listening to that.
To be honest, you've played some bangers on your Unsigned podcast. Not your podcast. This is the
radio
podcast,
show.
The radio show. No, like you play quite a good range of music as well, which is good. Like you don't just kind of stick to like a genre a kind of not even a niche. It wouldn't be a niche if it's like the same thing.
The thing for me has always been trying to promote just unsigned artists or emerging artists, and I think that like when I was on doing the similar segment on local radio, it was like it has to be quite middle of the road.
Yeah.
But as soon as my show got syndicated and went to the other stations, I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to play what I want to hear because I like rock, I like metal, I like rap. Like I mean, I'm up for whatever as long as I like everything.
If it tickles us, doesn't matter what it is. I don't narrow my mind down to any genre whatsoever.
I think when I was younger, I probably did because I was like into like metal and new metal.
You kind of do.
People were like, like weren't into that.
You want to be in a clique. You want to kind of.
I was when I was younger.
You know, I was a pure skater boy.
I went to download so like happy and I arrived and it was like a bunch of like anime kids with Pokemon hats. Me and my friend devastated. We all had like long hair and the battle jackets with the studs and the boots and it was just like, it was the worst. And I was like, oh no, it's like just not what I thought it was at all. But sad state of it.
But yeah, no, I've always tried to play a variety. So we'll have like folky stuff on there. Then we'll have. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to have a variety.
Like dance tracks and everything. Some of them are proper mint.
Yeah, no, they are really quality. Good. I really enjoy playing it, and it's nice that we've been doing that for quite a while now. Nearly a year's been the like unsigned as it is now. It had a different name beforehand, but yeah, it's still going. Rob and Ollie's good too.
It is, yeah, it's really good. Thank you.
What was the whale story?
You got to go listen. go have a listen. No, it's not my story to tell.
No, I know. Bless you. What would be your entrance music walking out into St James's Park?
We've had quite a few different entrance musics. We've had "Shut Up, Your Face," "What's Wrong With You," and all that sort of shit. And then what's it's a bit
the Italian one.
Oh yeah, basically, which is like Italian music,
right?
It's like jump on the stage, right?
Italian knees up.
Kind of a serious one. Money for Nothing by Dire Straits always thought would be cool. Like that one's a big kick off and the guitar riff's class on it.
We've used O Fortuna before.
Not O Fortuna, man. Dire Straits.
No, I'm saying, bro, we have used O Fortuna.
Yeah. That one, Doesn't Metallica not use that one though? Or is it? No, they use Ecstasy of Gold in it.
It's for anyone that doesn't know, it's X Factor music.
Yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you guys have actually you've used entrance music, because a lot of artists, I've asked that question to people and they're like, we're not wrestlers. And I'm like, no, but
Fuck that, man.
like, I know like loads of bands I've watched have come out to some
they
sort of
are over
entrance
me.
music.
The best thing to do is to keep it the key that you're going into.
Right, okay.
So it'll like do like it'll do something,
Mm.
and you get the sound guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good to have something to walk on now. Like, it's just dead if you go up and there's just like no sound and you can just hear.
We've done that before as well. Like, you know, you
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
onto a stage and there's
It's just dead. Knee sound. And you just sat there, just like everyone's staring, you just hear
Just
crickets.
waiting
And
to
you're
kind
just
of
like,
the sound guy again.
We've had it before where I've seen gigs where bands have been on there and then the lead guys come on, the front man's come on. Is that something that you guys do, or is it all at once?
all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
We
keep it
did
all at
one
once.
time and it didn't work out.
No.
Did you get a slap?
Like, nah, well, just,
I just
everyone
felt
get
like a
on.
bell end, mate.
Yeah. It's like, nah, well, I'll get on. But
Because that's what
Yeah.
you've said, haven't you? You've said like if Kirsty wanted to walk on her
Fuck
own, you'd be
that,
like,
no.
fuck off.
It's just everyone's together. You're a band. Like
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
If it was a solo artist,
yeah.
send send. Yeah, if it's solo, send the session musicians on. Like I've done that for Louise, and Louise
Yeah.
came on afterwards. Fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Louise is the act.
Yeah.
But if you are, the band, just fucking all on together. Go kill it together.
I mean, it has been known where the band will start playing and then the lead singer will come on when the vocals come in type thing, but we're not playing fucking fest.
The only
We're
one-
not AC/DC, I mean, it's just Highway to Hell and Brian Johnson walks out. Fucking.
No, Geordie, by the way.
Yeah.
BG.
the only one I am a fan of is sending the drummer on first. To just start with a beat, because I think
Yeah.
if you send the drummer on by himself, everyone's going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going
Yeah.
on? And then the band walks on and kicks in with him, singer as well, but drummer first.
You can try that?
I wouldn't get past him.
Well, Max wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do it. No, he wouldn't do it. I don't think he would.
No?
No.
Fair
But if you start the set with just a fucking crazy drum solo, it'd get people's attention,
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
it?
would, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Have you had entrance music?
No,
No.
we've never really looked into that
Good
side of
crack,
things.
you know, mate.
Yeah.
Think of the funniest tune you possibly can, then do that
it
one.
was discussed, the Pokemon theme tune.
Did
That
it?
was.
We
when
did
was that?
Duel of
Added-
Fates.
That's
we
for
did
Chen-
Duel
that was for Chenow's
I
gig.
did Duel of Fate as well. We did
Phantom
that.
Menace,
That was
Star
that
Wars.
was it. Fuck,
Yeah,
that was it.
yeah.
That was the Oasis gig.
That was an Oasis one.
It was Oasis.
Oasis was the Italian one we did.
Yes, it was. It was the Globe gig we did Duel of Fate.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
There you go. Get some entrance music before December.
The problem is,
Do you want us to send you a couple of tracks?
Yeah,
there you go.
definitely.
How about that? We'll send you your entrance music, and you
And
send us ours,
fucking
all for
right,
the, all
yeah,
for the same,
oh,
all for the
mate.
same gig.
I'll
Gotta
get
do that.
proof
Done.
of that, right? I'll get proof
No.
of that.
That could work.
Good. Send it to me as well.
Gonna do it. What's your band called?
Admissions.
Emissions. Okay.
You'll say
We're
that
called
thing. You'll say that
Dayzies, by
thing.
the way.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Coming out of the eye of the tiger or something. Yeah.
Britney Spears, Toxic. Like,
That would work.
she would.
That
yeah.
would work. What was the what was was it Boyfriend Avril Lavigne that you guys talked about once?
It was a cover, yeah.
It's a cover.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was watching this podcast I watch is Have a Word, and the two main comedians done exactly that on their tour shows. They had to come out to an entrance song, and one of them chose the national anthem for the other one, and his first gig was in Belfast.
No. What did he choose?
He said the national anthem, man. So he just said. The English national anthem.
Oh,
Not
the
singing.
English-
Yeah,
English
yeah.
national anthem.
In Belfast, that's fine. In Belfast.
No.
Mm.
No, man.
Just as much as technology is.
It's just.
The second night was in Dublin. Right.
It's just doubling the hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a dad.
Special announcer. Who would be your special? If you could choose anyone to announce you on stage, who would it be?
Bruce Buffer from the UFC.
Angry Bob.
100%. Who?
Angry Bob.
What, your granddad?
Yeah,
your granddad.
I love my grand and me.
Yeah.
His granddad's genuinely an influencer. Like, I'm not even taking the piss. Like, his granddad's
Aye.
massive in the northeast. He
Genuinely.
just
Right.
swears and shouts at people.
He's called Angry Bob.
Right.
So go on YouTube after this and just type in Angry
You
Bob.
have to show us after.
Ginger
We're
colour.
talking
I will
like
go
literally
put that.
millions and millions of views.
Really?
Oh, like,
Oh,
he's
aye.
massive. Yeah.
We can do your socials for you.
Oh, we do.
Well,
like,
we have.
we've got,
We
like,
have.
the-
Really?
We've
The
done
biggest
that
thing
before.
we've got at the minute, we did the 2 songs on Carl's podcast.
Yeah, we
and
did.
It's got about 35k.
The same songs that we're going to do tonight.
Yeah. They were like live and electric.
Yeah.
But they've got about, is it 35 at the minute, 1,000? Or was it 25,000 and the other one's got like 10,000?
One of the two. I'm not.
It's about 35 in
There's
total.
definitely
Wow.
like 30 grand on like one of the videos I used to stick. But so he's called Angry Bob, and he's pure mad as fuck. Like,
Go and look him up.
Yeah.
if you like Raji's from Wales End, then
7-year-old blokes.
What would be your cover track then? If you were doing a cover track at your dream gig, what would you guys choose to do?
I've always said "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue. By the way, like I have said that.
Yeah.
But then once again, going back to Killer Moon, right? We jammed that slightly not long ago, and I fucking love that song. What else? There's too many. That's like getting asked my favourite song, because you would want to do your
What's
favourite
your
song. Fuck you.
I've always thought Painted Black would be good for us. I was like, do Painted Black because I was the chorus, and then
I think Freebird would be our eat as well, like.
But like,
straight into Juice.
Yeah, we've got a song called Juice that we're recording for the EP, and this like the last like minute of it is just pretty much Freebird.
So Mark Solo,
right? Because
it's in the same key. It's now else.
No, but you've got the dan.
Use have. No, Freebird.
I just do the Freebird. Like,
Freebird
solo, it literally sounds like Freebird.
It's not 100% like we can all, because the other day, not even that long ago actually, I think it was like last week, we'll listen to Freebird and then we'll listen to Juice, and I was like, that's fuck all like it, mate.
No. It's just my playing, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
it's like that's how I like playing guitar. It's like classic rock licks, just sped up. So, this sound like
indie grunge, mate.
Indie grunge,
Indie grunge.
country. You know what I mean?
Who would be your special guest that you duet with at your dream gig? Who would you bring out to do a special duet with? Could be a guitarist, can be a lead.
Who would you duet with the guitar first, and while I think about the vocalist?
Like modern guitar players, I don't know. Like,
No, you can take old, like you can take like anyone you like.
It'd be like Jimi Hendrix, obviously, or like Stevie Ray Vaughan or someone like that. But Eddie Van Halen, Ronnie Rhodes, I don't know, Kirk Hammett. I really liked him at Metallica. Not many people like rate him, but I don't know, I like him quite a lot. I don't know really. Jay-Z, just get a rapper out. Just get just the full original lineup of like NWA, just easy spitting bars at St James's Park, you know what I mean? Something like that.
I've always fancied
Newcastle
Jarvis Cocker. I've always fancied you.
Yeah.
I fancy him, and I'd fancy that. So Jarvis Cocker, Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Dave Grohl would be a good one. Like
Robert Smith.
Yeah.
Robert Smith, yeah. I love The Cure. Very, very big fan of The Cure. So I'd probably Robert Smith. I don't know. It'd be interesting to do something with somebody that like you wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
Rather than like
a
curveball. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like Britney Spears or some shit.
MF Doom. Come on with the gladiator mask on.
Yeah. No, I'd quite like to do it with somebody that I wouldn't think of doing it with.
Right. Okay.
Personally.
Yeah.
Because I think then you would probably produce the best juice out of it.
Yeah.
Rather than someone that you're more similar to.
Yeah.
Because
You
you
nice
would
to have
clash
a
more.
contrast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice to do that. What would be on your rider? Not red stripe. What would be on your rider?
1,000 brown M&Ms in a brandy glass.
We've had that before. Next.
Oh fuck! Very original, aren't they? 2,000 brown M&Ms
Not in the brandy glass.
in a whiskey glass. No. What's on my rider? Fucking derelict dunkers.
Oh, I had them for lunch today. Did you? No, I had an orange and apple and a dairy dunker.
No wrong with that.
That's great.
Egg and
Did George do
crestonies.
your lunchbox?
She did, yeah.
What else? What would you want for your rider?
Yeah, what would be on your rider?
What do you think?
200 Stevens slabs, tabs.
Yep.
Slabber tabs.
Fizzy pop and sweets.
Fizzy pop and sweets.
Literally. No, I don't drink.
Haribo's.
So, pop.
Doritos.
Drumstick squashies and tabs. Like, that's like do me.
I'm greedy, me though, you know. Like.
I know
Pot noodles. I like pot noodles.
He arrives
I
at
like
gigs and he goes for the main napkin. Goes, them your bottles, and I'm like, yeah,
fucking mine now,
and
mate.
I can have some. Can I nick one, please? And they're like, aye. And then like he comes out with like 4. Next to him at the back having a tab. But I
Gotta do it. You gotta do your fucking £50 fees, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what else really to have on it. Tabs, I had a smoke like
Definitely
a chimney
tabs,
when I like for
definitely
gigs. I'm just
tabs.
sat
Yeah.
outside, just
Drink. 100%. I love dairy dunkers, though. You know.
You love dairy dunkers,
Skips.
innit?
I like skips. as well.
Skips. That's controversial.
Came up with the idea of dairy dunkers. If they need to release just the dunkers as a crisp, a big bag of just
What
the
about
dunkers. Just
if you got some fucking skips and dipped it in the dairy
Ooh, I
skippy
don't know.
dunkers?
It's snap.
They'd melt, yeah.
that'd be well
It's
nice,
no,
that,
you
like.
go and you just,
Prawns and cheese, man.
That doesn't sound like a nice
Oh.
combo.
No.
no.
Have you ever mushed up skips?
I'm not a very nice combo myself.
People at school, when I went to school, used to get a packet of skips, bottle of Coke, crush up the skips, pour it in the Coke, shake it up,
Nah,
put it on the
some
floor.
fucked up
It
shit.
looks like sick.
That's like
it
having
really
French
looks like
fries
sick.
with
Oh.
fucking
No, but
strawberry milkshake.
everyone used to do it in the school, hide it on the floor, and then get sent home. That was like a trick.
Oh, like so sick.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so they go in the schoolyard and go,
Well, I thought
I've thrown up in the yard, can I go home?
I could think of better things to do than that.
Like what, like go to maths?
Just not go back from dinner.
Fair enough.
Go out for your lunch. Don't go back. Sit down the burn.
No, I was too much of a skitty arse, mate. I used to go in and be like, yes, mate, Sam, yeah.
Last
Yeah, no, I was
Friday,
the same.
when I was
the
in
same,
year
like-
7 and year 8, after lunch we had like English in the LRC. The LRC was the Learning Resource Centre.
Resource centre, yeah,
Yeah.
we have one of them.
So it was like computers and stuff, and all we had to do was, like fucking Monday to Thursday we'd write a story or some shit, and then you go in the LRC and you'd have to type up what you've previously handwritten, which I think is fucking ridiculous. So I was like, well, I've already fucking wrote that. I'm not going there. So I just skateboarded for like the last 2 lessons on a Friday and went to Exhibition Park and pulled some early indie grabs and did kickflips and stuff.
Nah, I didn't like. I just sit and got picked on, me and just played Dungeons and Dragons. Like. I wish I was that cool, man. You know what I mean? I wish I was that cool.
Oh, Mark!
Nah, I'm alright now.
Do you want
though.
to cuddle?
Nah, I'm alright now. I'm
No, it's alright.
6'2" now. It's alright.
Sorry,
You know,
you
it worked
Dayzies
out in the end. You know what I mean?
What would be your made it moment?
Your
If
maiden
you've-
name?
Made it moment.
Oh.
Like if you've been, so if you've had one yet, or what would it be? You get to a certain level and you're like, yeah, we're on the right path here.
Well, I thought about it like a couple months ago, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. But you've got to get that fucking record deal first, don't you? Like that's a kind of made it moment.
Depends who you speak to though, because a lot of people like we've had on here. I mean, bearing in mind, majority of them are unsigned artists, but a lot of them like we're doing it independently, and it's quite. What are the label going to offer? If it's like Sony or
Promotion
whatever.
wise, that's what the label's got. The label's got to offer is like promoting well, and I mean they do it day in day out. They've got a team of people that do it, like in that sort of sense. It's like at the minute we're trying to promote ourselves, and like we were talking about earlier, having to promote on Instagram and all that bollocks and making fucking reels, and it's fucking shit. Whereas if you've got a record label, I mean, this is one thing that we're struggling with at the minute is getting somebody that'll come to every gig and film it and film
Guess
just
they're
us
reliable,
being
innit?
daft. You know, just everything. You want someone to film everything and compile footage, really, don't you?
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's going to make you promo. So unless you've got someone like that with you, which I know a lot of bands do have, like a videographer that follows
Like a hype man kind of thing.
Like a Bez.
Like
So,
a
you know,
Bez,
like,
but with
we've
a
got
camera.
one. We've got me mate Josh.
You've got one. You've got one, yeah. But we need one of you.
Do you want him?
Do you want to come to Newcastle? It's freezing cold. It's freezing cold and there's nothing there. There's 2 cinemas and a
Just a couple
fucking...
of hills, mate, from
that's what it
Wherry.
is. We've got a big JD. A big JD. That's
It's
what
got
it
a
is.
gym in it and that. That's all sorted. But no, like unless you've got like a videographer and like someone that's going to edit stuff together and stuff full time for you, for fun out. Because at the moment, like,
No, exactly. Yeah,
everyone's
no, I hear
skint, man. Like especially with the cost of living crisis and everything like that as well. On top of what you would have to go through normally, you know, like it does take it out of you. You know? But once again, like it's all down to promoting yourself. But if somebody could do that promotion for you, you're laughing, and it's all down to that. Because if you don't promote well, no one's gonna fucking know who you are.
Yeah.
It's a made it moment for me. There'll be loads of money in my bank account. That's.
Well, yeah,
the
there's
only
that.
thing
Get a nice
I'm not getting
advance.
excited about
Get
trying
a
to get
nice
excited,
advance.
excited about anything until I see money in my account, and then I'll be like, yeah, I've made it. But until then, I'm just still playing
even a fucking
the same
gig
4
at
chords.
Glastonbury, I'd feel like that, to be fair. 'Cause
Second.
even a gig at Glastonbury, like just even playing like an introducing stage or something like that, like you would feel, fuck, this is mint. I feel like a rock star here. Like,
I think mine's like if it was like turned to like a Radio 1 play. That's me.
Yeah.
Even that, mate.
That,
but
I'm done.
yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Made it.
That's
you
good.
get little plays on even smaller stations when you first. I mean, we brought our first single, and it's like even just like subsidiary stations
Like
and
the
like,
introducing, the local
Not
introducing.
even just that, mate. Just like totally at independent stations and what have you. Like even you guys played us and we were fucking well buzzing. And then you played us again.
Yeah, it's a weird film when you hear yourself first time on the radio, like, and you hear somebody else play. Like that was one of the things I was like, that's mad for me because these all played in bands for years. I didn't play like I went to uni for like 2-3 years and hated it. So that was like music, and so I just sacked it off, and then. I didn't play guitar for 2-3 years before I started like playing with you, so like I just had no idea about anything. Now I'm shredding, bro. I had like, no idea about gigs. I didn't know anyone on the scene, like anyone at all. So like I hadn't had a clue. Me like it's a weird one. Like
well, whenever you got the new tracks, you let us know, and they go straight on. After party after St James's Park. Where's your after party?
We've just literally over the past week been speaking about this. So for I Love It. We are planning on doing a single release launch prior to the EP release launch. So that'll be for our third single. We're not going to big it up too soon.
Right.
So you want a couple of tracks out really before you do a release. More people know you.
Yeah.
People will be more interested. So we thought about, hypothetically, if it's St James's Park.
Yeah.
We would have a after party at World Headquarters, which we spoke about earlier as well, which is like a pure sesh pad in Newcastle.
It's grim. I love it. Like, honestly, I've spent like my entire youth there with my friends. Like, I was DJing, we've sold it out, and I think my 21st birthday, I got up in front of like 200 people. I did the entire Napoleon Dynamite dance. To Can't Eat by Jamiroquai, yeah. So I did like the entire thing was class. But like we love it, I love it there. So I'm dying to get the after party there. Like, to be mint.
And we'll have a couple of mates on DJing.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah. Well, it's funny that you've asked that question because we have actually spoke about that.
Yeah.
Not St James's Park, but that would be lovely.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
When are you planning on that ish? Like roughly.
When's St James's?
No, not St James's. The EP release and the night and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, like, I've only just kind of put it in my head. That's
right. I thought it was planned.
No, the World Headquarters thing. Like when we release, I love it when I kind of like beginning next summer, innit?
Right. Okay.
Like spring.
We're gonna release Hope. So we've got this short-lived romance. I'm gonna say it's a remix, okay?
Okay.
It's a remix, and it's a fucking very good one.
It is. Like the guys don't like talk about.
Luke Coulson. I
don't want to mention his name.
I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm not gonna say anymore. Right? Okay. He's fucking good.
He's got like millions of players on Spotify. He's got like a massive following. I went to uni and stuff with him, and he's a musical genius. Like it's nuts. Like,
so he's done the remix for her, and we're gonna put that out first. So kind of do what we plan to do with the first short-lived romance because we wanted to just release one after the other, but things happen. So once this next short-lived romance version's released, we're gonna then release the next two consecutively month after month.
Right.
But it's whenever this short is ready. However, we came to the conclusion late Feb, early March, for which way to go, and then late April, early May for I Love It.
Right. Okay.
And then come sort of like June, July time. But this is all hypothetical. So don't get on my backs if it doesn't happen.
It's good to have a plan, though.
Well, you try.
Good tour, right, bin.
No, I've gone ready.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, and I've gone ready.
Oh, we'll just crack on then. Go on.
Yeah. So we gig, tour, right, bin. No, that was four.
Just do gig, tour, bin then.
Gig, tour, bin. Yeah. So 3 artists that you either gig with, tour with, I think go on a world tour with, or you take the whole back catalogue and just in the bin. So we'll go The Cure, 3 bands. The Cure, Rage Against the Machine, and we'll meet in the middle and just go Sam Fender.
Bin.
The choice is yours.
Right. Do you know how I'm really bad at understanding things first time around?
Right. It's like Snog, Marry, Avoid.
Okay.
But it's for musicians. So one night gig, world tour, like Marry, Avoid, put their work in the bin.
Okay.
So The Cure, Sam Fender, Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine.
Snog, Sam Fender. I'd marry Robert Smith, and I'd probably bin Rage Against the Machine.
Oh. I'll probably gig with Sam Fender. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he is class. To Rage Against the Machine, bin The Cure.
Fuck you then.
Man, that hair just does my tits in. Honestly, I can't get past the look. Never mind the sound. But And that devastates you, like, but I just can't deal with me.
That's tearing you apart. That's
It is going Joy Division on us.
Right, we'll do a couple more quick fire questions before we sign off and you guys get into doing your acoustic sets. An artist you should love but you don't.
Well, clearly the Cure to him.
Indeed.
Artist I should love.
Like a mainstream artist or
Fucking
something. With
Morrissey, right? I
Okay.
love the Smiths, but I fucking hate Morrissey.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
can't get away from me, like. He's keeping mopey. I've got a little bit more energy than him.
You think?
Where are you, Mark?
I don't know, really. Like, not taking a dig at Sam Fender, like, but like, that's one for me. Everyone always like thinks, "Oh, do you like Sam stuff?" And I'm like, not really. Like, it's good. Guitar stuff's nice, but it's just, I don't know. Like,
Sam, I love you, mate.
he's mates. Of course, you are, but
He's lovely.
yeah. Like, I guarantee if I met him, I'd probably get along with him. But
Probably.
like, I don't know. Just not my.
Not your cup of
Not
tea.
my
Everyone's
cup
got
of tea.
different genres,
Yeah,
they like,
it's
haven't they?
just-
Though it's not everyone
Kinda
has to like the same thing.
Everything that's overly Newcastle, I love Newcastle, but when people just make it the whole thing, I'm like, chill, bro. Like, it's just a place. Step out. It's just a city. But yeah.
Okay.
Can you recommend an artist, another emerging artist that we may not have heard of? Or
I said
recommend to
before,
listeners?
and good mates of mine from Newcastle, PV1 does. Look them up, Matt. Like, honestly, like they're very, they've done a lot better than us in the scene since they started, but they did everything properly, to be fair.
Right.
They've released music constantly, really good promo, and they're fucking great lads, to be honest. Like, so check them out.
Yeah.
And anybody that's watching or listening, check
They're
PV,
hilarious.
PV1 does.
Really good. Like, the
Proper
socials are like,
really, really good, aye.
creative and really funny. Like, they are good, like, really good crack.
Yep.
Good
PV1
stuff.
does.
Same.
What was the question again? I was just listening. To him.
Recommend another emerging artist. Oh, you have already said you don't really listen to new music,
listen
right?
to music.
That's fair enough.
Me and my friends do
How
a
many
hip-hop thing.
bands have we played with, though?
I promote myself.
What's the best? What's right? Can I re-ask him the question?
You go.
What's the
ahead.
best band that we've played with, supporting wise? That you've enjoyed, and that's emerging in
I
Newcastle.
don't enjoy any of them. You know me. Like, I get halfway through the set and I'm just like, I want to go home. But I'm too polite. That's the thing with me. Like, it's a massive respect thing for me. Stay for the other person's set. If
Yeah.
you come for their gig and they're supporting you, I'll always stay and watch them. But like, I'm just like halfway through. I'm just like, I just want to go home. My ears are ringing. I've just played a gig.
Can I say
sweating,
his
I'm tired.
instead?
Go on.
Hannah Robinson's another good one to look for.
She's really good. I've really enjoyed her set actually.
Yeah.
Like, that was.
And
good.
do you know what? Our old drummer's band, Ceramic.
Ceramic. Yes, you know.
Right, those are my top three. Okay. We've got-
Everyone check out.
and this is
follow
not
by
in any
Ceramic.
order. It's Ceramic, PV Wonders, and Hannah Robinson. I mixed that the fuck right up on purpose.
Yeah, no, Ceramic. Their new tune is.
Yeah, no,
bad.
the fucking
Everyone
good
check it
Ceramic,
out.
like,
Follow by Ceramic
follow
is
Ceramic.
like unreal. Like, I was
Didn't say I
really
didn't
surprised
know
by
for
it.
you,
It was, yeah. Shout out Tom. Sorry we kicked you out, but your new band's better. So there you go. You know what I mean? You're doing much better. Your songs are much better.
You're
Your
a
class.
better guitarist, mate.
Yeah, your class. But yeah. Probably about yeah.
Anyway.
Bloomsfield as well, a band we played with.
Bloomsfield, I fucking right.
Bloomsfield, like, they're like
Bloomsfield,
quite punky, and I went to like uni with Mitch, their bass player, and like they're really really good. Like they just got their songs are played with class. So songwriting was mint on their behalf.
and that's me done with the two.
There we go.
Right, last thing we're going to sign off with best advice for new artists.
Just fucking crack on. Don't take anything too serious to begin with. Do what you love doing. Get in and network as much as possible with any bands that are on the scene. Even if it's just like kind of going to their gigs and supporting them, and you know you'd expect a support back type thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It doesn't always happen, but like even just get in with people who are already on the scene. And like I was saying earlier, always start at home. Like, you know, like your parents will give you the confidence, your friend base will give you the confidence, things like that, and then that if your friends are loving it and your parents are loving it and your family's loving it, gives you the confidence to go out and other people will too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It gives you a bit more passion, you know. Unfortunately, socials, massive part of starting a band is getting your socials right and, you know, posting. Apparently you're supposed to post a reel a day, but we barely put a story on a day. Like, so
It's remembering it, like, you know,
I mean, you know, everyone's got jobs, unfortunately, that they've got to work to pay bills and mortgages and what have you. But yeah, I mean, just socials, gig as much as you can. Take any gig that's given to you, because like as I was saying before, once again, you don't know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
And record and release music and promote it well. That is top and bottom. The pinnacle of being a musician is just releasing music and promoting it well, because you promote your music well, it's going to get out to a wider audience, and you've got more potential in the law of averages if more people enjoying your music and listening to it, and that as well, because you don't know, once again, not just gig, don't know who the fuck's going to just click on your tune on Spotify. That pays you 0.03 pence per play.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Could you let everyone know where they can find you on the socials, as you just mentioned?
So, we are Dayzies, me and Mark, plus Frankie and Yoshi, who can't be here tonight because they work jobs. So, yeah, you can find us at Dayzies Music, and it's spelled Dayzies for people who are listening audio. And I could spell it out here.
It will go in the
Probably have to
description,
do it
and it will go on the
backwards.
video
Oh,
as
there
well.
you
You'll
go.
be
Cheers,
alright.
Everywhere.
So yeah, get us. Everything is literally at Dayzies Music. Google it, Dayzies Music, it'll come up. YouTube, please subscribe on YouTube as well, because that's been a massive platform for us starting. YouTube has actually been really good, and we'll get quite a lot of money through our distributor through YouTube, because you get a better pay through YouTube. It's better than Spotify.
Amazon. They
Amazon
really
are
pay.
quite good as well,
Yeah.
but no
Yeah,
fucking
Yeah, I heard that the
uses
other
it.
day.
Yeah.
iTunes isn't even that bad.
No.
No, is it iTunes or Apple Play?
Apple Music.
Yeah,
Apple
music now, yeah.
Oh, I
iTunes
knew it
is
was
old
somewhere,
one.
yeah.
Even Instagram.
Yeah.
Pays better than
Aye.
Spotify.
So
Yeah,
is
well, there you go.
TikTok.
Mm.
Anyway, get us on all of that at Dayzies Music, and come to our gigs as well. Was it linktree.com/Dayzies Music, and that's got all the gig tickets on, stuff like that. Yeah,
Good promo.
yeah. Thank you.
Could you tell everyone where to find your good self and admissions and Rob and Ollie, etc., etc.?
What date does this go out?
Oh my God, you can't. Like, how often do we do this? This is going to be out next Monday.
Weekly.
So, medications.
Yes.
We have released, for fuck knows whatever reasons why, a sped up version of medications for everyone's listening pleasure. Why? Because Panic at the Disco did it, so we fucking copied
Although
them.
you had the original idea.
I did, yeah, and they stole that. But no, Admissions UK on Instagram. Just go on Spotify, search admissions. Don't go onto Google and search admissions, because you'll get hospital admissions and local school admissions. So stick to Spotify and Instagram.
Can I just say one little conspiracy before we fuck off? Because like,
Yeah.
this is what podcasts are about. So,
DMT.
I had a SoundCloud account, right?
Yeah.
It was called Liam Parker UK. And on this SoundCloud account rather, I had various amount of songs that I'd released, but half released on SoundCloud because I didn't want people to start plagiarising us.
Yeah.
Then I wrote a song with steel pans in before Jamie XX did. Jamie XX then released a steel pan tune that very much resembled mine.
All Raven under one roof.
Now,
Dun,
my
dun,
songs have been
dun, dun.
removed from SoundCloud.
Well, for copyright or like
Just
for
don't exist.
No, you just
The
can't find them. He
account
keeps
doesn't
trying to show us
exist,
his
nothing.
drum and bass songs he wrote when he's 19,
There
and he can't
was
find
drum
them.
bass songs on there. There was house tunes on there. I was the first person to use steel pans. Now they're fucking gone.
Before the Jamaicans and all that, you know, all the Caribbeans.
The Caribbean
I
islands, yeah.
invented the steel pan. I invented the North Sea as well.
What's it? We can clip that up, stick that on TikTok.
Yeah, there you go.
and
That
just
would make something.
hound.
So yeah,
Jamie XX.
Jamie XX, if you're watching this, mate, what happened?
Watch your
What
back.
happened? If you like the music, just tell us. But Devin Nash is off, mate. Like,
You done? Yeah, good.
Run
Right.
over.
If you want to upload music to Unsigned or Future Hits, you can go to our website, unsignedmusic.uk or futurehits.co.uk. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap us up. Thank you guys for coming in.
No problem
Thank
at
you
all.
very much
Thank you for coming down. I think you guys
Yeah.
travelled the furthest
Yeah,
It's been a pleasure.
for the podcast.
I
So
just
thank
want to
you
come to
And I've
London
seen the
anyway,
King
mate. I was
potentially sort
bored of Newcastle.
Well, we really do appreciate it. You've been stars, so thank you very
Thank you
much.
very
No
much.
problem.
Rob, thank you.
No, thank you.
We appreciate the
Manish.
company.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much. See you next week.